What's up, everybody? It's Sojourning for the Truth coming to y'all with another video. So, you remember I said about the migrants in Boston and the Haitians and different things like that. We also have some El Salvadorians, and it's a lot of stuff that's been going on in Massachusetts that I don't see being speaked on like that. Make sure that y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into this article, and then I have a couple of videos as well. I'm gonna try not to make it so long, y'all, but y'all know once I be getting into it, I get into it, and I don't be knowing it be that long. Okay, so it says Massachusetts illegal immigration crisis. ICE has made 30 plus arrests in recent months. Okay, so these are some of them. This one is Haitian. He's Haitian. This is the El Salvadorian one. Now, these three, I didn't find the stories on that, but I found the separate stories on those other ones, and I'm going to get into that in a second. Okay, so it says at least 30 illegal immigrants have faced legal repercussions for a slew of crimes within the past few months across Massachusetts, according to the Hurl analysis of ICE issued news releases since the start of August. And then it continues on and it says illegal immigrants taken into custody mostly came from El Salvador, Guatemala, Brazil, the Dominican Republic, which I didn't even know that they had Dominican Republic people over here because I've only heard of Ecuador, Haiti, and Mexico. But just like President Trump said, they're from 140 countries. They from everywhere. So it says one illegal immigrant, Yao Zhang, came from China, with the 43-year-old being arrested on July 5th in Medford for alleged sex crimes against a Massachusetts resident. That's why I tell y'all I don't feel safe in my country. I don't like this. This is way worse than anything that could ever happen to us. A majority of the alleged crimes are sex-related, including aggravated rape, essay, and possession of child essay materials, the Hurl analysis found. The youngest illegal immigrant taken into custody was Akeem Mark Desire, an 18-year-old Haitian national charged with essaying a Massachusetts resident under the age of 14 in Mansfield. How disgusting is that? That's why I'm telling y'all. This is why I am in an uproar. It's an influx of bad things going on in our country, man. But you don't even hear people really talking about this. On the opposite end, the oldest resident is a 55-year-old Brazilian fugitive wanted by the authorities in his home county to serve a prison term that resulted from an October 2023 rape conviction. So he was wanted in his own country. But it says the unnamed fugitive was arrested on July 31st in Fall River. Now, I have the actual story about this Brazilian fugitive. So let me see if I can get into it so that we can okay, because he was in Martha's Vineyard. So this is the guy here. It says two Martha's Vineyard's illegal immigrants arrested on the same day in the latest ICE bus on wealthy liberal islands. And this was October 1st. So this was just written. Okay, so it says two more illegal immigrants accused of crimes were arrested. U.S. Customs Enforcement on Martha's Vineyard. The latest migrants apprehended on the affluent islands off the coast of Cape Cod in Massachusetts. It says on September 17th, ICE enforcement and removal operations team tracked down 36-year-old Brazilian fugitive to Oak Bluffs who was wanted by his own country's authorities and skipped out of a 10-year prison sentence for drugs trafficking, officials said. This fugitive was convicted of international drugs crimes in Brazil, and instead of serving his debt of society, he chose to run and hide in Martha's Vineyard, which we know that's a wealthy part of the state in Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken. So then I'm going to skip on down. Our officers are the best in the world at finding people who don't want to be found. Okay, so then it says, A MS-13 gang member. Okay. The Brazilian was lawfully admitted into the country in Orlando, Florida, 2020, but violated the terms of his legal admission, ICE said. However, unbeknownst to the immigration office officials who admitted him, he had been sentenced to more than 10 years in the prison in the Brazil court in 2012. So this is the one that I was just reading about. The 50-year-old Salvadorian national wanted by his own country. Another one that's wanted. These people, again, what did Donald Trump say? These people have been released from their prison cells and countries coming over here. I don't think nothing that he said was a lie, because everything that he's saying is kind of starting to check out. I'm just saying. Okay, so it says the country's authorities for crimes against humanity who had been hiding out in Martha's Vineyard's town of Tisbury. This Salvadorian fugitive is wanted by authorities in his native country to face some extremely serious and disturbing allegations, which did not identify the 50-year-old suspect. It said Hype said in a release. Okay. He attempted to hide out in Massachusetts and escape the law in his home country. He posed a substantial threat to the residents of Martha's Vineyard. ERO Boston will continue to prioritize public safety in the New England communities by arresting and removing non-citizen offenders. Okay, so it says the Salvadorian apprehended by the U.S. border on 1994 after he crossed the U.S. border near Texas. 1995, the immigration judge ordered his deportation back to El Salvador. Well, how the heck did he get back here? It says years later, on July 6, 2003, the same man was convicted of disorderly conduct in a Portland, Maine Superior Court. So did he not get deported? Because now I'm getting confused. Make it make sense. And sentenced to a fine and court costs. Officers with ERO Boston arrested the man in 2009, but released him on an order of supervision via the Alternatives to Detention program. This man is a threat to society, and they're releasing him. The program, which began in 2004, monitoring technology and case management to ensure non-citizen compliance with release conditions, court hearings, and final orders of removal according to the agency. However, he violated the terms of the program. Of course he did, because he is a habitual offender. But I'm going to continue on. Was apprehended by the agency again on 2010 and was deported a second time in 2011. Okay, so why didn't he keep his tail out of our country? Let's continue on. This man remains in ERO custody. The nature of his crimes of his own country and the timing of his arrest are unclear. And then it says ICE told Fox News that it did not release the identities of the two men arrested on September 17th because the charges stemmed from their home countries, and revealing their identities could give their legal representation cause to complain. Who gives a rat's tail? Why are y'all protecting these people? Two arrests are the latest of the wealthy liberal islands of Martha's Vineyard. September 3rd, 24-year-old Brazilian illegal immigrant Wally Neto was arrested on Martha's Vineyard. According to ERO Boston, he faces 5 counts of graping a Massachusetts minor, and he entered the United States illegally as the Paso del Norte border region in 2018 in Texas. In Nantucket on September 10th, 28-year-old, and these are more people. So now we got what, 4 people now? The 28-year-old Salvadorian migrant Brian Daniel Arvelio and Elmer Soto, both accused of crimes against children. Wow. Were taken into custody by the agency. The next day, the agency arrested Brazilian immigrant Guillaume Belafonte, who was charged with indecent assault and battery on a person 14 years or older on the island. Oh my gosh. This is my first time reading this with y'all. Oh my goodness. Felix Gomez, a Guatemalan, 41, was arrested on the island that day and allegedly committed a S crime against a Nantucket resident. Jesus Christ, Lord have mercy, Father. On September 10th, there you go, the documented MS-13 gang member Angel, oh, what a name, of Salvador was arrested on Nantucket, according to the agency. So that was how many people we got? Angel, Alberto, that's two. Guion is three. Brian is four. Um, let's go up. And then is these the same people? Cause that's four right there. And then it's a Brazilian, so these are some 50. Okay, mine was just these four. I don't know. That's crazy though. So, wow, man. So then I want to get into a couple of more things because I have a couple more articles. Wait a minute. I'm going to come back to that. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show y'all. ERO, this was August 13th, 2024. ERO Boston arrests Haitian national accused of raping child in Massachusetts migrant shelter. Isn't that something? Okay. Enforcement and removal operations. Boston apprehended unlawfully present 26-year-old Haitian national accused of aggravated rape of a child in Rockland migrant shelter. Deportation officers from ERO Boston arrested Corey Alvarez August 13th near his residence in Brockton. He has been charged with victimizing a minor in a Massachusetts migrant shelter. He will have his day in court. ERO Boston will continue to cooperate with the criminal court systems in Massachusetts, but we cannot allow any significant non-citizen threat to the children of our communities to potentially re-offend. ERO Boston will continue to prioritize public safety by arresting and removing non-citizen offenders in New England. U.S. Customs and Border Protection admitted Alvarez into the United States lawfully in 2023 in New York. That's ironic because what? New York is right by Boston and they right near each other. However, Alvarez violated the terms of his lawful admittance. But we keep saying that these people here looking for a better way of life. No, it seems like they got some demons in them, and maybe those things were allowed in their country. They're not allowed here. We look at these people as sick, perverted people. The Rockland Police Department arrested Alvarez on March 14th, later that day, in Hingham District Court for aggravated rape of a child, 10 years age difference. So, wow. Wow. So the child was 14 years old. Because he was what, 24? So, yeah, the child was 14. Right? Later that day, ERO Boston lodged an immigration detainer against Alvarez with the Plymouth County Sheriff Office. On June 27th, however, Plymouth County Superior Court refused to honor ERO Boston immigration detainer and released Alvarez from custody on a $500 bond. Are you serious? Mic drop. My mouth is dropped right now. What? Deportations officers from ERO Boston arrested Alvarez August 13th near his residence in Brockton. Alvarez remains in ERO custody. He should have remained in custody from the beginning. We don't need your funky $500 bond. Like, come on now. As part of its mission to identify and arrest removable non-citizens, ERO lodged immigration detainers against non-citizens who have been arrested for criminal activity and taken into custody by state and local law enforcement. Wow. This is crazy, y'all. And this, it goes on and on with some more, stuff about it. But I wanted to just show y'all that. Let me make sure. Okay, so now this. Wait a minute, I think I read this one. Okay. So we have this guy here. We read about this guy. This is probably the other ones too. Let's see. Let me make sure that I got everything. Hold on. Oh, let's look at this one.
WBZ News update. Our top stories. We'll see if Friday is the day that jurors reach a decision in the Karen Reed murder trial. The panel wrapped up its work on Thursday afternoon without a verdict. The jury has now deliberated for about 14 hours. A Haitian migrant accused of raping a teenager in an emergency shelter in Rockland is now out on bail. A judge granted Corey Alvarez $500 bail, and he posted that on Wednesday. The DA's office says it fought this. Prosecutors asked for a hearing where they would argue that Alvarez was too dangerous to be released, but the judge said no. Police say Alvarez lured a 15-year-old with a disability into a room at the Comfort Inn and sexually assaulted her.
Did y'all hear that? That was the one that we just read. He don't even look like he have any remorse and to lure a disabled person. That's crazy, man. All right, let's listen to this, and then I think I'm going to be done.
Two illegal immigrants facing accusations of alleged sex crimes against children in two separate instances on Nantucket. Molly Line has the latest in Boston. Good morning, Molly.
Good morning, Dana. These Boston ICE agents have arrested these two illegal immigrants, as you mentioned, on the island of Nantucket, each charged with numerous sex crimes against a child. These are separate cases. The first, 49-year-old Salvadorian national Elmer Sola unlawfully entered the United States, an unknown date in an unknown place, and now stands accused of what ICE officials called horrific and despicable crimes, including indecent assault and battery on a child under 14. The field office director for Enforcement and Removal Operation Boston, Todd Lyons, vowing his fellow officers will not tolerate such a threat to the children of our New England neighborhoods. We will continue to prioritize the safety of our public by arresting and removing egregious non-citizen offenders. This comes along with the arrest of another Salvadorian man, also here unlawfully, also charged with sex crimes against a child on Nantucket Island. ICE arrested 28-year-old Brian Daniel Aldana Arevalo earlier this month after he was released by the Nantucket District Court in late July after arraignment on child rape charges. And Boston agents also had a busy month there on the island, arresting a Brazilian man who re-entered the United States illegally, charged with indecent assault and battery. When he failed to show for arraignment, ICE took Jean do Amaral Belafonte into custody. All three men remain in custody. Dana?
Molly Line, thank you.
Now, did you hear that? That's what I just read. And that's crazy. That's what I just read. That is sick, man. You know, like, now I wanted to go into one more thing. Like I said, I didn't want it to be so long, but wow, the things that I'm seeing is crazy. So these people are going to the different hotels. This guy, he lives in Massachusetts, a young guy, he's 25, and they're going to go, around certain parts of Massachusetts. They have turned the hotels into like shelters where, you can't check into the hotels. I'm trying to see if I can get to the part that's going to say that. It's really crazy. Like, seriously. Okay, let's see what this is.
From what I read online, they got like 150 people total. And then you got Worcester, which got 333 families, which is a very big sum. And
yeah. Who am I? I'm a human being.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Oh, we're doing a video all about Massachusetts. Yeah. What's Making Opportunity? What are you?
It's MOC. It's an organization.
Okay.
Profit. There's the WIG programs, housing.
Okay. For who?
What have you heard?
Who are the people you're housing?
Anybody who needs help.
So any homeless person or anyone can come here. Okay. Where are the people from? Like the majority of people from?
There's different places.
Okay. Do they need to have papers for this, as in asylum documents, or it doesn't matter?
I don't think you should have for this.
What's that?
I don't think you should have for this.
You can't.
Now you heard him. He said, "I can't share that information." So this hotel, which once was like a Days Inn or a Motel 6 or something like that, it's been turned into shelters for the migrants. And you see, he's saying, "I can't share that information."
Sure, why not?
My job. Sorry.
They won't let you?
Yeah.
Who funds you guys? Is it the state? Is it the state of Massachusetts?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are all the doors full, or can someone go there now if they're homeless?
It has to go through the process of an application.
Okay, but currently is it all the doors full, every room's full, or do you have availabilities?
No, it's awful.
It's all full. Okay. Do you know if these asylum claims that the government's giving them work papers so they can actually work if they want to?
What do you mean?
Oh, a lot of the asylum claims seekers, you know, they have legal documents, they have the legal right to be here, but the government's not giving them work papers. So do you notice a lot of that? A lot of people just wanting to work and they can't work?
Yeah, some of them.
You see, he's so like nonchalant, kind of like scared to answer. As you see, he works for like a nonprofit organization. Yeah, they're gonna tell them to leave. It gets kind of nasty.
That's by the other caseworkers that are trying to help them with that.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going today? We're just making a video on central Massachusetts and some of the regions out here. We were just at Wachusett Mountain. We figured we'd drive through this town just to get a glimpse of how this town's a little bit different. Other areas changed, and we figured we'd stop here. Okay. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
You see how nasty she was? You need to leave. Because then we're gonna talk to this. They're gonna talk to this guy here. Let me see if I can. Okay, so he's a resident.
So have you been down the Fall River, the ones they burnt down and all that?
What?
They burnt down 3 hotels.
Oh, yeah, they could have got burnt down a little bit ago.
Yeah, like two of them were like a month apart.
An accident? Or they?
No, they didn't do it on purpose, but stupidity. I think one was a grill, like up against the building. This is the only one that I know of that doesn't have the National Guard as security.
Other ones have National Guard.
Yes, yes.
Okay, how many of these are there? Do you know?
I don't know. You can't go on a website and figure it out, but you'll know the signs will be covered up or turned backwards.
Okay, so that's how you know.
That's how you know. So you'll go by a Motel 6. The only sign will be on will probably still be on the building, but the regular one they'll probably be covered up.
So they turned the hotels into asylum shelters, and that's probably how that guy Corey was able to essay that disabled child. And I'm not even really sure because are they mixing the migrants with regular people that are homeless? I'm not really sure. I don't know what shelter he was in. I don't know, but we saw the stories what's going on here in Boston, Massachusetts. So it's not just Springfield, Ohio. It's not just Alabama who has the migrants as well. It's not just Charleroi, Pennsylvania. It's Boston, Massachusetts now that is having an influx of crimes. And I'm not saying Charleroi has an influx of crimes, but I know Springfield has some issues going on with the driving. In Alabama, some stuff is going on again with the driving, and that's bringing accidents and fatalities and things like that. So let's continue on.
You'll know a motel is. That's where they're staying. I think that's the mail.
Meal truck over there.
I wish you guys could walk in there and get a video of it. It's sad because a lot of the food goes to waste because they don't take it. Say they bring 100 meals in, they stack them up. You'll see them when they bring the lunch in, take out, they only use like 20 meals because they're getting a card. They go over it. They'd rather eat a Shop and Save than just, mac and cheese or whatever they're getting.
They get stipends to go shop at Shop and Save?
Mm-hmm. Yes. They have little beach wagons. You just came at the wrong time, and there's usually always something going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's Saturday, maybe they're
maybe, yeah. They'll go down to do their laundry, but they'll take their beach carts over to Shop and Save or Family Dollar. They're always at Family Dollar. First off, they kicked out people that were actually living there, which was wrong.
Born in the U.S. people?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. Probably say 6 or 7 of them walked down the road with their suitcases. And those were people that lived in this town that worked at local places. They had a bed over there with only he was amputated on from his knee down, and he got booted out.
Oh wow.
So I get you. You come over the right way. That's okay. But the way they're coming over and then we're paying for it. There's a bunch of bazillion
asylum claims.
Yes.
Some are they should be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
The majority are economic migrants.
Yes.
Pay $20,000 from India, fly into Mexico City, fly up to Mexicali, cartel picks you up, gets you to the gap in the wall, go over, call 911. Our Customs Border Protection gets on them. Quarter mile down the border, the cartels runs the fentanyl, the sex trafficking, all the really expensive stuff.
Yep.
They're making billions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're facilitating.
Yes. So a lot of the ones that originally came in here are actually from the ones staying at Logan Airport that we had no idea was even on the news.
Wait, the migrants were staying at Logan Airport?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the story of that. I can put it in here again. I don't be wanting to make this so long, y'all, but it's so much information. I'm gonna after I show this, I'm gonna put that in there about the Logan Airport.
So as people were flying in and out, where were they staying?
I think they had in a hallway where you get on the flights. I think they just took a corner and.
Okay.
Yes, and I was told from over there.
Okay, so how are people in the community feeling about this? Is it split, or is there a lot of tension brewing?
There's no, because you can't really go online and on the Air community side. If you go on and back something, it's you're racist. So there's not really been any backlash other than the protesting that got shut down. There's been other YouTube people that come out and and the cops have made them leave.
Does the media ever show up?
No,
Local media?
No,
they don't touch it.
No,
not with a 10-foot pole. Why do you think that is?
Because we're in a Democrat state.
Okay, so if it looks bad for one party, they're not going to touch it.
Absolutely.
And vice versa.
Yeah,
if it looks bad for the other party, that network's not going to touch it.
I have to find out on like YouTube or Twitter about crimes they commit down in like Fall River, other hotels, because you don't even see it on the news. I literally find out the news from Twitter and YouTube.
So you heard that he finds out his news from YouTube and Twitter X. I think most of us do. So this man, let's see, I'm about to show y'all. He's about to go into this hotel here, and then I'm going to end it.
Hey, sir, are you guys open right now? Are there any rooms available? Oh, no rooms available right now? How come? Oh, okay.
What's that? Where are the homeless from? All over. Yeah. Oh, here's the number right here. If you're looking for accommodations at a hotel, this building is no longer one as adult shelter only. We don't know who's staying here, though, right?
Mm-hmm. The guy over there said it was migrants. A lot of them are mixed with homeless now. Like the guy was saying, it was originally homeless in the other one we went to.
Okay, I would really like to know who's staying here. Mm-hmm. It could be just homeless people, but he was saying it was migrants. Yeah. Sir, why are you wearing the mask?
Because COVID.
I'm bringing COVID in here.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah. You got
Mpox in here. Mpox too.
Get out.
Sounded like my Uncle Donnie.
Get out of here. Get lost.
You see that? So they didn't want to talk about it. Talk to him about what's going on. It's really crazy the things that's going on. What I do, I link this video if y'all want to continue watching it. It's pretty good. He made it 2 weeks ago. So okay, one more thing. So let's go. Let me search this thing right here about the airport. Logan. Let's see. Migrant families banned from sleeping at Logan Airport. Let's look at this one.
It's a really big decision coming from Governor Maura Healey on migrants here in Boston. Good evening, I'm Darren Botello. The governor announcing yesterday by July 9th, migrant families won't be able to sleep at Logan Airport anymore. So our Aaron Logan is at Logan Airport right now on the governor's new plan. And Aaron, what exactly does this mean for those families? Obviously, they have to leave at July 9th, but what else does it mean for them?
Well, Darren, Governor Maura Healey says the days of people sleeping on the floors of Terminal E have gone far too long. Local agencies working to support these families applaud the governor's decision, but admit they have a lot of work in the days ahead. Families still filling the floor space, crammed up against strangers. This is what Terminal E looks like as of Friday night.
My heart was broken. I mean, the scene is inhumane.
Gladys Vega runs La Colaborativa in Chelsea. The agency helps migrants with housing security. While Vega says the situation has certainly improved, it's not sustainable.
We can no longer do it at the volume that we have been doing it.
The state's deadline to stop letting families sleep at Logan comes as Governor Maura Healey announced she sent state officials to the southern U.S. border this week
to communicate loudly and clearly that we're not going to be able to house people here in Massachusetts.
So what does this mean come July 9th?
We've given, I think, the enough lead time to work with case managers and service providers in finding new locations for people.
Meanwhile, the state is still working to accommodate the influx of migrants. This week, 20 to 25 families moved into a new emergency shelter at a former prison in Norfolk. Just recently, La Colaborativa...
A former prison? Oh, so that may be where that happened. Wow. So they're taking all of these entities, these businesses that I guess were once businesses, and they've turned this prison into a shelter. That is crazy. I didn't even know anything about this story.
Helped turn the old Chelsea Soldiers' Home into an emergency shelter for migrants. And the work doesn't stop there.
My hope is that we're able to basically make family reconnections elsewhere in other states.
Governor Healy says there's some good news to report on this humanitarian crisis. 200 to 300 families have been exiting from the shelter system every month.
Those numbers are far higher in terms of exits than we've ever seen before in the history of our emergency shelter system.
And they've processed nearly 4,000 people for work permits, and many are employed.
I'm proud of the state for its efforts to take.
You hear that? 4,000 people have been processed for work and all of this. But what about our actual citizens that can't find jobs? What about our actual veterans that are sleeping on the street? I'm here in Atlanta. There's so many homeless people in the city of Atlanta. Tents up everywhere, always in the city of Atlanta. This is disgusting. That's just how I feel. This is disgusting. And we can't help everybody. At this point, it's like the video I made, how the guy was telling them we are tired. We're tired. Like this is too much now. And then on top of that, you're raping our children. You're raping our women. No, I don't have no sympathy for these people. Now, those that have children and mothers with children and the family and all of that, but these single men, I don't have no sympathy for them because a lot of them, they come from criminal backgrounds and they are not here looking for a better life. But let's continue on.
Care of people, and it's been a challenging situation.
Certainly has. Now, July 9th is just 10 days away, so Governor Healy says there'll be extensive communication during this time to get these families out of Logan. Now, what will happen if they don't leave? She says there are no plans to arrest these people. She just says they will take things as they come. That's the latest from Logan. Live at Logan, Aaron Logan, NBC 10 Boston.
So, guys, another migrant issue. This one is Boston. This one is Massachusetts. I'll be doing my CBP video soon. I may do it a little bit later. I'm just disgusted. Make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let's get this conversation started with this whole issue with Massachusetts, which is being flown under the radar for real. A lot of people don't know what's going on in Massachusetts. We're being distracted by other things when this is the main issue. I probably could do a video on every freaking state in America. I love y'all so much. Let's continue to pray for one another. Let's continue to keep our hope and faith in our Creator, the Most High God. Let's not have a spirit of fear, but have sound mind. And let's continue to pray for the victims of the hurricane all over the East Coast. I love y'all so much.